Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to also share, like, and comment.
Viva Bamonko, viva! Viva! Viva Bamoma, viva! Viva! Viva youth! Thank you very much. Let me just acknowledge the presence of my colleagues in cabinet, the Minister of the Youth, ministers that are present here, but also acknowledge the UN system in Zambia, my colleague, Madam Tali, who is seated with me there, and I see our cooperating partners that may be here, their excellencies, commissioners, and if you like, ambassadors, also our sponsors, supporters, Jane University, Zanaco, Trade Kings, and many, many others. But more importantly, Vayufi. Vayufi. Thank you very much. Yes, my old university, Viva Unza! Viva Monko! Of course, all the other universities, Mulungushi, Cavendish, Levi Mwanawasa, Copperbelt University, colleges, Hebron, everyone, NIPA, NRDC, all of you, including the ordinary youth in our villages, representing villagers like me, and all those from Kukomboni, everybody, all the youth that are here, because the body of the youth is one, isn't it? The youth in diversity, that's a message. But also the ministry colleagues, secretary to cabinet, and all your central government colleagues, local government, quasi-government, private sector, Kaufela, everybody. Let me express, Minister, how delighted I am to be here today amongst these youth, our own family members. These are our family members. I must also say, not to give a speech, because I've been saying a lot, affecting the youth. Youth Day, Women's Day, today in Parliament, I said a lot. And thank you, Minister, for saving me from repeating the same things. But simply to underscore that we on this continent, Zambia, SADC, East African Community, West African Community, the Community of Central African States, Horn of Africa, northern part of Africa, we have taken a decision that Africa's population, 1.3, 1.4 billion people, the majority of those are the youth, yourselves. And we have taken a decision as your elected leaders that we will not consider that population profiling as an issue anymore. We consider the majority of the youth that constitute our population to be a great asset for Africa. You are a great asset for Africa, for our countries. And we will recognize you, your age, your energy, the skills that you hold, the potential, the opportunity. And we say the sky is no longer the limit. Your opportunities are limitless. And this government, and I know what I'm talking about, other governments on the African continent have agreed that we will give special attention to our youth, the youth of Zambia, male or female, the youth of Africa. and utilize this asset to accelerate the economic development of our individual countries and the continent as a whole. And that we don't want our youth to be taking risks, jumping on balloons, on canoes, crossing to go to Europe. We want to work with you to deepen the opportunities for the youth, for the owners of this continent, the young people within Africa. That is an important realization by political leaders. But the English say it takes two to tango. For the governments to support the youth of Africa, Zambia, Africa, we need the youth to come on board with full force, with full vigor, depth, diversity. That's my message to you. This government will do more than it's doing today to support the youth of Zambia. That's why we brought about many facilities you have heard already the ministers talked about. In Eastern Province, a few days ago, I used the Youth Day to pronounce that so many of the facilities, instruments, business activities, opportunities for the youth, we are going to drop any and all taxes and duties so that we make them cheaper, including music, including sports, including business opportunities run by the young people. This government will give you support. Training, education is crucial. And thank you for the scholarships, Chen University. Thank you for the scholarships. And I've already whispered to the Minister of Sports that those scholarships that are coming through the President, they will be spread across the 10 provinces so that each province has an opportunity to send one of our youth to train in the various fields, in the credible universities, good universities in India and elsewhere. Take those opportunities seriously. Also sobera na opportunities. Muleumva? Uje mule kutika? Mayufi muleumva? Aha. There is time for everything. When it's time for school, focus on school. Sports, excel in the sports. That's why you've seen now Zambia is minting medals right now in the sports competitions going on, because this government is investing in all the sports spheres, if you like. There is no special sport. Before it was only football. Now it's any and all the sports, including martial arts, my beloved sport. Yes, everything. The brain develops from different angles, and physical part of it is critical. Yes, Levi Mwanawasa. Viva Levi Mwanawasa! Viva Levi Mwanawasa University! Muzianka kaili. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me address the questions that have been asked. I will attempt to answer the questions that have been asked. I also want to encourage my colleagues, the ministers that are here, my UN friend there, and also senior government colleagues that are here. Secretary of Cabinet is there, and the permanent secretaries are here, but also anyone else. This government believes that running a country is not an exclusive right of us in government, but everybody in a team spirit. So anyone has a better answer, partners of ours, you are free to come and answer. Namakao, gender equity, inclusiveness in the policy, the youth policy, and in the government. I have been...
What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
been preaching this message the last 10 days or so, that gender, inclusiveness, equity, fair treatment is very important. Within the constitutional and legal limits that this government has, let me start from there, has appointed so many women vice president. Some of you are not aware that the appointment of a vice president through a running mate is an exclusive legal right of the presidential candidate. Only him or her, whoever is the presidential candidate, appoints a running mate. This president decided to appoint a woman running mate, and that's why you have a woman vice president. Isn't it? Speaker of the National Assembly, the first ever Speaker of the National Assembly, woman speaker, has been appointed by us and this president. Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Judge President of the Constitutional Court, capable woman, quiet, very quiet, but capable woman. Permanent secretaries, under the hand of the presidents, by the law, by the Constitution. So many women permanent secretaries. So many, like never before. A few days ago, I was swearing in 5 state councils. 5 state councils. Out of these 5, the 3 are women. 3 are women. Definitely we are doing everything within our legal, constitutional legal limits. But we can do more. We can do more. I'm the first one to admit we can do more. And to facilitate us doing more, not just at the top level, but also at the lower level, grassroots level. And that's where it matters the most. We want to see more councillors who are women, young people, women, youth, at council level, chamber, council chairman, mayor, youth, male and female. Parliament, we want to see more youth, women, youth, those who live with disabilities. And cabinet, obviously, it will become easier when we get cabinet to come from outside Parliament. Currently, the cabinet comes from inside Parliament, and there's a limitation there. So now it requires we to support this government, which is pro-youth, male and female, which is pro-women. Of course, pro-family. Family is male and female, isn't it? Can you have a family of only women? Can you produce children with only women? You need men. So that's the family. So to facilitate that, the president and our government is pushing for constitutional amendments which will allow for proportional representation to bring more women, to bring more youth, male and female youth, to bring more differently abled. There you are. This is a role and a job for all of us, not just the head of state. Our hands are tied now, but we do our best within the limitations. I noticed one of our political colleagues, when I talked about it, this message, he said, HH, you can do more. Yes, we'll do more. But we want not just the goodwill of the president, but also legal rights, constitutional rights. That's why we're asking for it. I do believe the gender policy, the youth policy that we're launching understands and will address those issues. If it doesn't, I do believe it does. If not, we'll enhance it, because we are talking the same language. Eddie Kalua, Central Province, teenage pregnancy, early marriages. I've been propounding on this. Even this morning, I was talking about it. Early marriage, teenage pregnancies, these are not things we want to see in our communities. We want a girl child to spend more years in school. more years in school. Even those that are orphans, even those that come from challenged families, even those that have disabilities. And your government is clear about that. The policies, the laws are very clear around there. But one of the things that allows for that to happen is the free education. Free education, very important. Free education has enabled more children, more youth, more women to stay in school. When we were in opposition, we were talking about it. Our competitors were saying, for free education. Here it is now. The test of the pudding is in the eating. It's here. It is here. That is a facilitation, genuine investment. I am a believer. We are believers in education. It's the best investment. It's the best equalizer. Child background doesn't matter. You all sit in the same class. I came from the village myself. I only came to Lusaka to go to University of Zambia. Only. Otherwise, I would have been in the village. What brought me into town was to go to UNZA, was education. And just that has allowed me to stand here as the president of this country. Education only, nothing else. So we will give it to you, the youth. As central government, churches that run schools, banks, all of those who sponsor kids in school, you're doing a great job. That's the right thing to do. That's the best investment to make. Best inheritance, best equalizer. No question about it. And I tell my kids, they shouldn't look at what HH has done in terms of assets. That's nothing. It can be wiped out anytime. But the best inheritance is education that they can receive. And we assure you, our youth, will give it to you in abundance, in quality as well. That's why we're employing more teachers. That is why we're building more classrooms. That's why we're building, if you like, base such as technology platforms for education, e-education, internet, connectivity. Now, even our youth in the village can scan what's going on in the world. When we came into government, we talked about bringing in internet, Starlink. Again, people say, I am Bakudala, 8 months down the road from the day we pronounced Starlink is here. It's just a small gadget. You can carry it anywhere you go and you'll be accessible. Very important. What else? What else? With that platform, it means the kids can see, the girl child can see the importance of staying in school and not to go the other way. It's time for everything. But when there's a pregnancy, and in Livingston I was saying that she was seated there, I said, a girl gets pregnant because they want to be pregnant. It's not a mistake. Other than rape cases, any girl child who gets pregnant early is because they wanted to be pregnant. Let's not fudge around that issue. Let's not fudge around that issue. Yeah? Let's not fudge around that issue. But yes, rape cases, that's exceptional. Abuse in the family, where an elderly male in the family abuses a young child, yes, that's not a desire of the kid. So those exceptions taken, the rest is my message. When it's school time, girl child, stay in school. You will find leisure after school. But in case you made a mistake, so you say, in case you were raped, in case you were forced by an elderly male in the house, abused, this government has done what is called a re-entry policy. A re-entry policy. The girl will raise her child. After the child is old enough, the girl will go back to school. And the government will support that girl to continue with her school.
What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
Yeah. I'm being reminded that there are people in our political dispensation talking about abolishing free education. Will you agree to any leader who comes and abolishes free education? Will you agree? Will you agree to allow for meal allowances to be removed again? I want to see the hands of the youth who want free education to be removed. Let me see the hands of those youth. Let me see the hands of the youth who want free education to continue. Mwapasa, A+. Do you want meal allowances to continue? Let's see the hands. Mwapasa, A+. So, the youth, you determine who serves you, who governs you, who works for you. Do not allow anyone to come and take away free education. Do not allow anyone to come and take away meal allowances. Also, I must answer that question at this point. There was a question on bursaries and those things. This government will continue expanding bursaries and meal allowances to more universities going forward. Mulungushi, you have heard, not Mulungushi, Levi Mwanawasa, you have heard me. You have heard me. So let's take that question. Let's take that question. So, zikomo kwambiri. Kale bwangu. Kale. Vakopala. Kale bwangu. Valevi. Kale bwangu. Kale. Thank you very much. Let's move on, Vamoma. Let's move on. We know what this government is doing is not enough. We know that. This government inherited difficulties, a lot of difficulties. The debt mountain, we're working to dismantle. The economy had declined to minus 2.8% GDP growth per year. Within 2 years, we've bottomed it up last year to 4.3% growth. This year, if it wasn't for the drought, we were going to have the largest harvest in this country. But the drought came. But with all these challenges, the youth are at the center of this government. The youth are at the center of this government. And we'll do more. Mulekutika? Gushe mulekutika? Vayufi, mulekutika? Very good. Early marriages. I can only render advice. First, two things. There's a law. You marry a girl who is underage, you go to jail. You marry an underage girl, you go to jail. So, Monk, wait for the girl to mature. Two, for the girl child, the youth, wait for marriage time. It will come. You will even find better monks. I'm not joking. Patience. You wait for the right time. Wait. Build yourself first. Make yourself worthy something. Skills. I won't say more, but it's criminal to take a child in marriage. Parents, now we are looking at how to arrest the parents as well, who are allowing young girls to go to school. Because sometimes young people can't make the right decisions when they're young. And it's fair, that's true. But where are the parents? Where are the guardians when those things are happening? But more, number three, let's have more education. More education given to our girls, but also to the males. Girls don't marry themselves. They are married by males. We males, muichindike. Let's behave ourselves. Honestly, I have one biological daughter. I will not allow anyone to marry her at an early age because I'm a parent. Where are the other parents? Let's work together. Mofia. Advice to the youth, how they can be the change in Zambia. I think I've covered it. Hey, Bamonk, Pembela first, Pembela first, guys, Pembela first. Tient Lanshan, winner. Ba youth, Bamonk, ba none of you. So, first, be the change yourselves. Zambia at 60. I'm repeating myself. What skills do you hold? Get the skills. That is the framework. That is the minimums. When I say skills, I'm not just talking of UNZA. I'm not talking of Levi Mwanawasa University. I'm not talking of Mulungushon or CBU. I'm talking of any skill, plumbing, carpentry, metal workshop. That's why CDF is giving these skills training, support and facilities. That is why CDF is giving secondary boarding school scholarships at the constituency level. Now I'm repeating the messages I've been giving all along, is to allow the youth to have the skill sets to deliver the change that they're able to. You got me. I'm sure you got me loud and clear. You got me loud and clear. Yes? Now, what else? What else? Take the opportunity that these facilities that are laid before you, CEC, do something gainful. Stay away from alcohol. How can you be the change if you are always dizzy? You are always dizzy. Always dizzy. You can be the change when you are away from drugs and substance abuse. You will be contributing something. Work hard. Be entrepreneurial. Don't go to school just to get a job. The government will give as many jobs, but we want more jobs to come from the private sector. I call those ladies who run banks in our country the women musketeers. They are doing a good job. Most of our banks in this country are run by women, like Mukwandi there. Stand up, let these young people see you. MD Zanako. Trade Kings, stand up. Where is she? She's gone. She's gone. Women who run businesses. I want you guys to aspire to run your own business. I can tell you, it's not nice to use one as an example. I started working for myself. I was 27 years old. Some of you would have been older than me at the time I started running my own business. And I've never looked back. So some of us must work, train to run our own business.
What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
There is Jane University. He told me he started with $1. Please stand up. He started running his business with $1, $1. And today he's offering scholarships. That's how it starts. On our Chisamba ranch, I started with 6 animals. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Today you go there, there are thousands. We start small, always. You can be the change. Be an entrepreneur. Work, train to run your own business. Go to CEC and access the loan. Don't buy a Beamer. When you get a loan, don't buy a Beamer. Don't buy a VX. Yes. Go and buy a capital item, not a consumption item. A nice car is a consumption item. It's just a piece of metal anyway. That's what it is. It's you in your mind who praises that car. It's the fixation in your mind. Look at the usage value of that car. Does it earn you money? No. But you spend money every day. One tire, bang. 5,000 kwacha. That 5,000 kwacha, I would rather you buy a plow and 2 oxen. Yes. The land is there. You want the land is there. Let's be serious. The land is there. This ministry, sir, you have heard, we must facilitate land. Where is gender PS? She's working on that. But the Secretary of Cabinet is there. Good point. Land is plenty. Me, I started doing what I'm doing in the village. I didn't have to pay anything. You don't have to start with a commercial farm of 1,000 hectares. You can start with 1 hectare. 1 hectare, 1 borehole, 1 solar system, 6 meters tank stand, 5,000 liter tank, small solar booster at the bottom. You irrigate 1 hectare and you produce 10 tons of maize. 250 bags, 50 kg bags. You can't eat all of that. You only eat maybe 15, 20 bags. The rest you sell. You're already making money. Start small. That's the way it is. Start small. That's my counsel. Genuine counsel. The rest, it will show you when to move to the next stage. It's clear when to move to the next stage. That's my encouragement to this energetic group of people here. You guys don't know how lucky you are. If I had to start life again now, I'll pull my age down to your age. And I'll be a prolific young person. Now, use our knowledge that if you miss hard work when you are young, you have missed it. So you can be the change. Zambia, 60 years. You can be the... Sorry, I'm moving too fast, madam. I apologize. My brain moves faster than my limbs. Kale, 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 kale. So, hard work, intentional decisions. That's the change. This is a big question you raised. How can you be the change? This is it. Work with other people. Don't work alone all the time. If you ask this gentleman here, he will tell you that he works with the diversity of skills in his universities. We've given you mining licenses. There's the minister. The majority of mining licenses we've given since we came into office, we've given to the youth. But what are they doing? They are moving with licenses in their pockets every day, and they are selling, looking for buyers. Look for partners. You sell your license, you get $50,000, you go and buy a BMW second hand, to buy tires, it's gone. Don't do that. Get a partner. This minister now is looking at how we can support you to mine at your mine. This government. Equipment, legal first, legal mining. Don't be an illegal miner. Equipment, then an off-taker at a fair price. That's what we're looking at now, big time. I can go on. This question is the biggest question I've been asked today. How can you be the change that you can be? These are the ways, many others. I'm only touching tip of the iceberg. Tip of the iceberg. Work with others. I want to repeat that. I learned to work with others myself at a young age. And I reflect, I said, that was a good decision to find that partner. He brings this value, I bring that value. Don't squabble in the business. You've just started the business and you are fighting. It means you haven't identified the right partner. Minister, when I retire, when I have done my time in politics, thank you to the people of Zambia who have made me serve you in this role as your servant. I want to be a visiting lecturer. And I'll come and lecture for free. I won't ask to be paid. For free. I will come to lecture at one of your universities in India for free. Just to share experiences, life experiences. We learn, we also teach. But learning is a continuous process. So I thought I should illustrate answering these questions, and my friends can pick it up from here. Any minister who wants to pick up a question? The next question was from Karuba. What is government doing about drug addicts? Drug issues, control, police arrest them, they are back in the street. Who is courageous enough to answer that question? My colleagues. I have many of you. Oh, Minister Mutati is there. I didn't see you. Minister Mutati there, Minister Shakalima, Minister Mines, Minister Transport, Minister Agriculture, Minister Lusaka, Minister Youth, and also my friend, Madam Mutali. Who wants to answer that? Pilato, popular. Pilato, answer that question. Drug addicts. Mike. There's a mic there. Or you use the mobile mic. There you are. Vichi aleisa nomba tuachula sana. That's him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Hello, Wagai, easy.
The question, Pilato.
Hello, Wagai, easy.
Pilato, one moment. The question is on drugs, addicts. What do we do to assist these people? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Hello, Wagai, again in that sungun to our boss, again in Pangation. So easy. So the challenge of drugs and alcohol abuse, I think the primary responsibility rests with the young people ourselves. Because we, the young people, must ask ourselves that what are we developing ourselves to become? The abuse of alcohol, I've never heard of anyone that became so successful because they were drinking a lot of alcohol or smoking a lot of, or abusing a lot of weed. On the part of government, what my ministry is doing, sir, is that we've extended our programming within our youth skills across the country, where we've attracted a lot of young people to be part of the programming, and most of them are doing so at no cost. So we invite as many young people as possible to get involved with what we are doing as a ministry, but also through the youth skill centers that are dotted across the country. The challenge, again, like I said, we can have all these facilities in place. The responsibility is on us as young people. We are the future of this country. And for us to get to the future, we've got to start developing ourselves now. We've got to start working on ourselves now. None of us will succeed.
What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to JQ.
By accident. We may get there by accident, but sustainability is the deliberate effort that all of us need to take. So for young people, so the challenge is all of us, the challenge to all of us as young people is, if God allowed us to live for the next 50 years, what are we becoming? Not all of us have a future. A future is not a place where we just enter. No. A future, you've got to design your future now. You've got to start working on your future now. What we refer to as a future is the harvesting of that which you've been planting. So what you're doing now will only determine your future when you begin to reap the fruits or the harvest of what you're planting today. So in responding to that particular question, there are facilities that you can tap into, but the responsibility is you. Just like they say, you can take a horse to the river, but you cannot force that horse to drink water. The facilities are there. You've got to take the initiative. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Pilato. Thank you very much. Thank you for your answer. We could say more. The minister wanted to add more, but I think Pilato has done justice to that question. Yes, the minister may say more later on. Let me just acknowledge also, I was acknowledging the women musketeers running the banks. We also have in the House the Chief Executive of Standard Chartered Banks, Sonny Zulu. Just stand up and wave to the people. Stand up again. Look at the people. Doesn't he look young? Doesn't he look young? But he is the Chief Executive of Standard Chartered Bank in this country. And as Pilato said, one moment guys, one moment. As Pilato said, Sonny decided what he wanted to be and worked very hard. That's why he's there as Chief Executive. So take that as advice. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for being here. The next question was about, Joseph Muteva Unza CDF is good, helping the youth, but there are universities that are not on bursaries, on scholarships can. Okay, guys, let's make progress. Let's make progress. Let's make progress. Can CDF also assist in there? Let me put it this way. CDF is already assisting in the scholarships at the secondary level. I think I explained that. Boarding schools are funded by CDF for the children of the vulnerable. That's a scholarship already. CDF is funding artisanal skills training in a lot of colleges. Last night I was watching graduates or trainees at NOTEC, Northern Technical College in Dola, who are sponsored by CDF on a scholarship of CDF. Great instrument. I have heard people saying, CDF sisebenza. Abantu bankala kuti. In their homes, now the girl child, the male child, the youth are in boarding schools where they couldn't be before the CDF instrument was put in place. And before we increased CDF from 1.6 million Kwacha constituencies to 30.6 million. So we've capacitated local communities, taken money to the local communities to make decisions to support education, scholarships, secondary, artisanal skills. Great, great, great instrument indeed. So when you hear somebody in the community saying, CDF sisebenza, muzianka, answer them. And the beneficiaries of CDF, answer. Go on social media to say, CDF is working, I'm one of the beneficiaries. Post. Just post it. Someone will see it. Now, university. Let me give an example. We had a situation in Ikeleng constituency where the bursary component of CDF for secondary schools and for skills training was not utilized because there were not as many kids who needed it. Those who needed it were put on it. There was a residual amount of money. And we made a decision in cabinet to allow Ikele constituents to sponsor students away from secondary and skills training into nursing colleges and in universities. So it's already working. It's already working. The question is, first, let it meet the basic minimums.
What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to JQ.
You can't jump to university without secondary education. So secondary first, skills. Remember, in my time as a school leaver, the government only largely paid attention to UNZA. There's only one university there, University of Zambia, government school. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Mayufi, hear me out. And if you didn't qualify to go to UNZA, your grades were not good enough. Listen to me, listen to me. Guys, come on, listen to me. Listen to me. You had challenges. Okay, guys, all right. Can I change the psychology of this room today? We are not here to compete with one another. We are here to complement. We are here to also take care of those that are not having the facilities like you are having. Let's allow those also to be heard. You're doing a good job, Babonk. You're doing a good job. But I want to explain that already CDF in certain constituencies is flexible enough when there's a residue to allow for kids in other colleges, nursing schools, NRDC, and others. So I think your question now, Joseph, allows us to apply our minds now. It's a very good question. Can we apply our minds as government colleagues? Local government, Minister of Education, Minister of Technology, can we have side meetings after this to strategize how we could mop up some of that money to assist the most needy who may be at a university or at a teacher training college? I think allow us to think through this issue. But what I can assure you is that this government will continue putting more money in education. Every year we will put more money in education because you heard what I said. It's the best thing to do. It's the right thing to do. For the individual, for the family, for the community, for the country. So thank you, Joseph, for raising that issue. We appreciate that. Northwestern Province. Naumva mwane, tuamva mwane, kimavanga mwane. Twasanta. Tunasakiri komwane. Twasakiri chikuma. Mvai mwane, mvai. We got your message. University, Northwestern Province. Let me make my point clear, our point clear here. Every province deserves a public university. You heard me. Every province deserves a public university. We are decentralizing. We can't ask about 5 provinces now that don't have public universities. It's unacceptable. We agree with you. Because we can't expect kids, youth to move from Winilunga, from Ikele to go to Mulungushi University, to go to Levi Mwanawasa University, to go to UNZA. It's difficult. So your government is looking into this matter. And when you hear me say that, you must know already that the planning is already in high gear. But we are waiting for 1 or 2 things. One of them, I must tell you, is to conclude the debt restructuring. Once we've concluded the debt restructuring, it will give us more headroom to do what is right, such as having a public university in every province, because we are one unitary state and all provinces must benefit. Currently we have a distortion. One province will have 3, 4 universities. Another province has none. I think that's a distortion. So thank you for your question there. I want my colleagues to join me in answering questions. You raised 2 questions which the Master of Ceremony allowed you to do. I don't know how he did it. Maybe he has a sympathy for Northwestern. Technical school in Northwestern Province by PF, but it was not completed. The Minister of Education and Minister of Technology should tag into that issue. But I will lead them that one of the things we decided to do when we came into office, all uncompleted projects, all of them, whether they're in education or agriculture or health, this government is completing them. Okay, guys, come on. Let's move on. Let's do business here. This government has taken a decision that all infrastructure projects that were not completed by previous governments, the worst of them was PF. The worst of them was PF. But including MMD, including UNIP, this government will complete them. That was the question you were asking about an uncompleted technical school or facility in Northwestern Province. Those ministers will attest to that. I would like them to deal with very quickly that aspect of completing infrastructure projects that were not completed and we're already working on them. 2 ministers, education and technology. You are seated next to each other. Please go ahead. Take a bite at the cherry. Thank you.
Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, J Cool, and turn on the notification bell, cause I'm gonna see you in the next video.